Vayikach Korach, so Korach took Shabbos Parshas Korach Gimel Tmuz Tav Shin Chav Hey. Guys, you have it. Yeah, I posted it. Everybody's got it. Yis b'Midrash Chazal. It's brought in the Medrash, in the Midrash, in more than one places. Hova b'Pirish Rashi. Rashi brings it. Shecholak gam al mitzvah tzitzis. So to illustrate his whole lometis nasu, why do you exalt yourself? So he argued in the mitzvah of tzitzis. And he said like this, Ba'amrei, he said, Shetalis shekula tchelis p'tura mitzitzis. He argued that if a talis is made all of tchelis, dyed tchelis, it doesn't need tzitzis. What was the seichel? Shariev shetalis shel min acher. Is it possible if you make a talis of another white, not dyed tchelis? And then you have chut echad shel tchelis peitah. One thread of tchelis on the corners exempts the talis. It's now a kosher talis. Zeh shekula tchelis like liftes atzma b'tmiyah. It's entirely tchelis. Does it need a thread? If one thread can satisfies the mitzvah of tzitzis, one blue thread, but the whole thing is tchelis. So it's symbolic. Kulam kedoshim. Why do you stand out? You're the thread of tchelis. We're in Egypt. So what's in the Kutik? Before the Kutik Torah, Atem explains in the Kutik Torah, in Machlekas Korach, what's Korach's whole Machlekas? Vashaycha shel Machlekas shechalak al kohanis Aaron. And the whole Machlekas that he argued against, he wanted to be a Kohen Gadol, the appointment of Aaron. What's the connection between that, the Mashachal Gam and mitzvah tzitzis? What's the connection to tzitzis? So we gave, this general explanation, but it's going to give now the Pnimius Einyanim. Yeah? So the good is that Korach was a good man, just ahead of his time. He wanted, we should instantly get to the whole bidder, the whole business. It doesn't work that way. So what did he want? I'm sorry, mister, it doesn't go like that. So says the Rizal brings that in the future the Levim will be kohenim. What? What's the pshat? Ki ozis alo pchines hagvores. Levi is union of gvura, and the Levim will be the kohenim means that gvura will be paramount. You understand what that means? That gvura is helem, and now helem is chsaron actually. The gvura in its source is not chsaron, but it's the source of helem. So now it's a terrible thing actually in its final incarnation. But Lasid Love, that's the whole point. Did it will be in this gala, the Dafkin Gvul. The Gvul is Kavayochal rooted deeper than Bli Gvul, even though ultimately it's equal. But that's the square Tzimtzumim that precede the Igol HaGodol, as we explained, because that's the need of Gvul. Square, rectangular, box like Tzimtzumim. Ribua. But Basi Lagani, my morim that we learned, and actually it's not in the Maimir there, but it's the Rebbe's beard in the Maimir that explained by the Fabrengen, as we talked about at length, right? So therefore, Oz again, Oz is Allah b'chines ha'gvuras, v'ya'gvuras Iker, the Iker will be gvura, the Iker chidish will be to see Elikus in Gvul in Helem. V'achsodem yitfilim, and that chesed, but God is obviously revealed, will be secondary. Lochin rotze Korach. Las is gam achshav me'agvuras Iker. What are we waiting for? Let's have this now. That the gevura should be the main thing, and that's because Korach haya Levi. V'Levi, maybe beginnes gevuras the Levi, ma gevuras. V'lochin cholak al kohanis Aaron. Therefore he argued. Better word, argued. Therefore he disputed. Better word. Not argued. It's the wrong term.
He differed.
No, Pashat Korach means he opposed. He opposed. He wanted to dismantle it. Because kahuna is chesed, ki yidush kohen or isha chesed. And it's known from the Zohar in many places in Tanya that the avodah of a kohen is chesed. That's why they bless the yidden, which has to be ba'ava dafke. They'll understand the whole talis business. This is what he argues. If it's a talis, is all dyed tchelis. Tzarichlis ptura mitzitzes should not require tzitzes. Why? Because tchelis b'chinas gvura. Tchelis lovan is chesed. It's white. It's white. So that's the of chesed is pashtus, expression. But a blue, I can't tell you why blue dafka, but a color already is a gvul, a tzir. Sometimes explain some, I don't know why. Usually red is inyan of gvura, but anyway, tcheles or b'chinas gvura, and that's what we don't, ain't tzarich lechutin. What's chutin? The chutin is what? Is the amshach of chesed. Shem amshach is b'chinas chesed. But you're going to ask right away, yeah, but he said you don't need, even the chutin need what? A thread of tcheles. He says, no, you don't even need the chut of tcheles. Why? Tchelis is gevura. Why wouldn't he want the thread of tchelis if he's championing the value, the mile of gevura? Because it goes on to say, that's what these threads are. So what is it? It's still chesed. It's chesed b'kli gevura. A thread is an amshocha. So he doesn't want chesed done with you. Where God's revealed, thank you very much. The chiddush is in gvura. That's what we need now, to see where you're concealed. So don't distract this with the inyan of chesed. You're compromising the whole beauty of the revelation. That's his time. No amshachas of chesed. Not even amshacha of tcheles, one thread. It's kula tcheles is potter. It's the mile of gevura. We're wrapped in gevura. We're wrapped in the realization and the experience of Hashem in gevura, in concealment in gevura. The man is right. He's just too early, that's all. It's a good thing. Too early can be disastrous. He continues now. In square brackets, okay, in square brackets. It's a lashon pasuk in Yeshaya. He made a mistake in his vision. What was the mistake? This conduct, the main thing is gevura helim gvul. That doesn't come right away. It cannot be in kim la'achas shleimus haberudim. That's the whole avoid of elevating the world. The starting with nefesh b'amis. Shas gam bi hayetzahara. Shebechinas hagvura. Starting with yetzahara. That is gevura. It's all about constraint and restraint of the nefesh halikis. I'm just going to add also, gevura, of course, is associated with even with anger at the end. At the end of the day, Yitzhak is an angry fellow. Because never enough. Never enough. Never satisfied. Nefesh Halikis is also not satisfied. But along the way, there's a deep tainug in every level. If the Yitzhak is just angry. Even at the good times, you wait a second, in a minute, there's going to be an explosion. So there has to be the halava with the Yitzhak first, who is gevura. Yisapich is toiv ma'od, not just transform him to be good, but toiv ma'od. What's he alluding to here? The toiv ma'od? The end. And Hashem saw that he did v'ni toiv ma'od. What's the toiv ma'od? The Yitzhak. I'm pretty sure. You could be wrong, I'm pretty sure. It's Yom Shishi. Tuesday says twice, Kitayv Ma'oid is Yom Shishi. Mashenkin Achshav, but that's there, not now. If we're going to go the path of Gevura now, too early, you're going to alienate, and you're going to just fuel, you're going to fuel all the negative, currently negative forces. Now the avoid is chesed, it has to be, gevurah has got to be discipline, but that's got to be secondary. The main thing is love. That's the avoid now. Square brackets, it's not so much the theme of the Maimer, but if it's not going to let this go, why he's wrong. Just bringing the point. Let's not forget, boys, that the avoid now is chesed. This is particularly true, of our generation. Doesn't mean there's no gevurah. But the overarching context has to be, the child has to feel from the parent, from the teacher, first and foremost, Av. Let's continue another minute. You have a nice of Vayikach in addition to the, let's get the flow here. Before the square brackets. Yeah, so he doesn't want even one thread of tchelis, because that's hamshach. That's chesed be'em. It's coming down the gevurah. Don't need this. In addition to the fact that since he comes from Buri, he argues, we don't need enough threads, because threads is chesed hamshacha, she'em hamshacha is bechinas chesed, that's drawing down chesed. Esther, chut shel chesed, that's all the chutin. In addition to that, Korach al klola saying the chutei tzitzis. The whole idea of a thread he doesn't like. Who needs threads? Which is what? It's just a limited revelation. Wrap yourself in the eir makif, the gabi atalis. It's only a limited revelation compared to the all-embracing being enwrapped by the talis itself. The explains it's a strange mitzvah that the Levim inducted into the service had to shave all the hair of their body, like the mitzvah. Everything. So what's the inyan? Without this, I have to understand this whole thing. He writes the whole arichas, but in the kudis, the Levi to begin with this gevurah. You know what? More tzimtzum. Here is that tzimtzumim. Here's this little revelations, very contracted, and you don't want tzimtzum on top of tzimtzum. Enough. It's one level of gevurah. We don't want a second level of tzimtzum on the tzimtzum. As explained at length. We understand it. Therefore, it's against the whole of chutim. We don't need the hairs, meaning the chuti tzitzis and the threads of the tzitzis. Okay, well, and square bracket is interesting because he's giving us the whole picture, but it's not mamish to get to the maimah. Okay, we'll continue Be'ez Hashem tomorrow. Okay, let's finish it. Moishe answered him, no. That's not the way we're going to elevate the world. You say you don't want tzimtzum, just move the chutim. This is the way things work. We need to engage this, the union of tzimtzum of the ha'aris, of the chutim, in order to draw this divine revelation down here. We still have to have the union of chutim and hamshacha to bring down a lofty level. But your mistake is you're too early in the whole thing. Which leaves the question open, that even Lasid Lavai, at Talish, at Chelis, we still need chutin. Okay, the Rabbi doesn't explain, so I'm not going to, but we get the general idea, and Be'ez Hashem will continue. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll continue tomorrow.